Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Posting too much or the wrong thing on social media could hurt your credit score. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Maxing out your credit cards, making late payments, or missing payments altogether. These are all things that we know can negatively affect a credit score.
Tonight now, there's word that posting on Facebook or Twitter can also hurt. Recent reports say some major credit scoring companies are exploring new ways of judging if you can handle that loan, a house, or a new car. Valley News Team's Nicole Johnson talked to people who post a lot online.
It's pretty powerful. Everybody knows what you're doing if you post it.
The majority of college students we talk to know a lot about Facebook statuses, tweeting pictures, and picking a filter on Instagram.
Do you ever think about your credit score?
No, I don't.
If you don't watch what you post, you might trash your credit score.
Do you think people post inappropriate things?
Depends on how, like sober they are.
Mario Jimenez didn't flinch when we told him.
They should be smart enough to realize to not post something stupid.
He doesn't care if credit companies use his online presence to judge his credit worthiness.
It's like an employer looking to see if you're a fit for a job, if they want you to be part of this.
Would my credit score affect me buying a pumpkin from you?
I have no idea.
Tori Jones, NDSU junior, has been struggling trying to build up some credit, saying she's been denied a credit card 3 times and says adding social media to the mix is even more of a hassle.
Some people are very family oriented, some people aren't. So I don't know. I think that becomes a very contentious way to judge people and their lives and everything.
Regardless of opinions, the technology-savvy students recommend changing your privacy settings. Don't let personal things be public.
Technology is going to go that way. It's going to have to be acceptable. It's going to happen. So can't really avoid it.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Experts say you should do a credit check at least once a year and more often if you suspect suspicious activity or are trying to make large purchases. If you want to check your credit score, we have a link on our website to a free one. Just go to valleynewslive.com and click on the hot button.
4 middle school boys are being charged in juvenile court after bringing knives to school. Fargo police were called to Discovery Middle School yesterday. 4 folding pocket knives were confiscated from the 4 boys. One of the boys cut his finger with a knife in the bathroom and required medical attention. Students were told to stay in their classrooms for a time. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop started investigating last night, asking questions of police and the school district after concerned parents.
School and police officials say that no threat was made to other students, and part of that is a reason why parents were not notified. Now, we talked to Fargo Public School officials today, and they did not want to talk on camera, but they did tell us that shelter-in-place procedures do happen often in the schools and that they typically don't notify parents because of that. They do say that a shelter-in-place procedure is different than a school lockdown. Now, the school spokesperson also said that the principal didn't deem it necessary, and that's why they didn't notify parents. Now, as of this afternoon, after we began investigating, a phone call was sent out to parents. Now, as for the other 4 students that were involved in this incident, they are going to be referred to juvenile court and referred to for disturbance in the school charge. Now, I talked to police. That charge is kind of similar to a disorderly conduct charge. Now, in South Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Parents contacted our whistleblower hotline with their concerns about school safety, and if you need help with something in your community, some advice is to give our whistleblower hotline a call. This phone number is 701-237-6576.
Well, to our weather now. It was quite cold this morning, and for those of you planning to tailgate at the Bison game tomorrow, will it be warming up anytime soon? Let's head over to Hutch Johnson to see what we can prepare for. Hutch?
Thanks, Stephanie. We do have warmer weather in the forecast, but it does look like another very chilly evening and morning for your Saturday. First and foremost, we have clouds covering northwest Minnesota. That slowed your warming. You're in the 40s there, and just dropping into the 40s in the Red River Valley, holding on to the low 50s to the west. Snow, southern Canada, that'll stay away from us for now, but it is showing up on the radar more and more. Sun setting on our day. Temperatures will continue to fall through these 40s this evening. It's going to be chilly, but we won't have a lot of wind to worry about for your evening games tonight. Tomorrow morning, first thing, we're back in the 20s. But there's that high, 54 tomorrow. I have more details on the hour-by-hour forecast and what you can expect in your backyard, and we'll talk about even warmer temperatures.
Get those earmuffs and those jackets and mittens ready tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning will challenge us.
All
yes.
right, thanks, Hutch. A Crookston woman is being held in the Clay County Jail in connection to the theft of $22,000 during 2 recent bank robberies in Grand Forks. 39-year-old Charlene Corona was arrested during a traffic stop in Moorhead. She was on a list of possible suspects following numerous tips by the public. She faces 2 counts of robbery and 2 counts of terrorizing. It's alleged that Corona terrorized employees with a knife at one of the robberies and with a gun at the other. $4,100 was taken from Bremer Bank. $18,000 was taken during the Citizens Credit Union robbery. Corona remains in the Clay County Jail awaiting extradition to Grand Forks, and she has a prior criminal history that includes forgery, possession of heroin, and illegal use of a credit card.
Here's a rare happening. A man's in jail tonight after leading Grand Forks police on a low-speed car chase. Officers tried to pull over this man, Joshua Bruce, just after midnight last night. Police say he led them through a north side neighborhood at a low rate of speed of for about 15 minutes, then finally stopped in an alley. A 3-year-old boy was found in the car with Bruce. Bruce was arrested for child neglect, reckless driving, and driving under suspension. It's Friday, time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say Ricky Wilder is wanted for possession of a controlled substance and a probation violation. The picture there is on your screen. Wilder stands about 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighs 200 pounds. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call your local law enforcement.
The Bemidji Police Department is asking for your help in identifying a person of interest in a check fraud case. Take a look at these pictures. This is the woman in question. It's alleged she stole a checkbook and has written more than $5,200 in bad checks. The woman appears to be spending indiscriminately, targeting local businesses like gas stations and liquor stores, up to large department stores like Target and Walmart. There have been more than 30 bad checks turned in, and if you have information, you're asked to call the detective working on the case at 218-333-8373. The number's online as well. Head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
Some great news when it comes to getting around in Southwest Fargo and nearby West Fargo. 32nd Avenue between 45th Street and Veterans Boulevard is completely open again. 3 lanes have been added along with a turning lane. Development in that part of Fargo and West Fargo creating long traffic lines at times. It also has the tendency to fill with snow pushed by strong winds. These new lanes should not only provide easier access, housing and business, but also to entertainment venues in the area like the Shields Center, home to the Fargo Force hockey team. Still to be opened is the stretch of 32nd Avenue. That's from Veterans Boulevard to Cheyenne Street. Here's another heads up for drivers that'll be traveling on Main Avenue this weekend. Starting on Sunday, eastbound Main Avenue between 4th Street and 2nd Street will be closed in order to repair a leaking water main. The eastbound traffic will be detoured to NP Avenue North via 4th Street North and 2nd Street North. One eastbound lane will reopen by the end of the day on Sunday, and both lanes are expected to be open by the end of the day on Wednesday.
National Hispanic Heritage Month just wrapped up, but there's still some people locally raising awareness. Concordia College is hosting events now through next week. More than 50.5 million people in the U.S. have a Hispanic origin, which can be from places like Mexico, Puerto Rico, South America. Tonight, there's a Latin dance. Monday, a panel of professionals will talk about the importance of Spanish language in the job market, and a play will be performed next week by students. For more events, there's a link to Concordia's page on valleynewslive.com under our hot button.
If you're into comics, gaming, and horror, then ValleyCon is where you need to be. It's a long-standing annual event in this area, and we'll have all the details later on Valley News Live at 6.
Fall colors on October 9th were shining at Maplewood State Park. We thank David Nillis for sharing that gorgeous photo. Looks like some chill is in the air. I'll have details on when we warm up right after this.